So today has been an incredible bearish day for the team and for the community that currently follows me. I was stuck on my conviction that today would have been a very bearish day, and we are now finally seeing the results. So in today's recap, we're going to talk about why did I have strong conviction on the downside even though when the market made a quick flip. And I'll talk a little about my prediction that I made online and why I was very strong with this since the beginning. So let's go straight into it and talk about the details about my social media posts. So if you guys scroll through all of this, you can see exactly that I always make sure that I always provide a prediction and I go through it. So just yesterday, I pretty much talked about how Broadcom earnings pretty much wasn't so impressive and caused a crater in the market. And I gave multiple predictions throughout the week. I called that the SPX would be deep in the red on Tuesday. We benefited off that. Wednesday, I said we will be flat, and then I said that we will be a crash tonight. But the crash happened overnight. We had the 54.30 puts, and they went over 200% overnight. And when the job reports came out, the market did a Hail Mary, and it ripped back up above 5,500, went positive after being down 40 points. So my team was a little bit concerned about the trade because they believed that the reaction was positive. However, I was very bearish. I actually got even more bearish up until that point. Reason being is because of the premiums, right? The premiums always tell the story. So what I noticed is that as the market started to move higher, the put premiums weren't losing value. And I believe I mentioned it somewhere over here. Yeah, right over here, hasn't lost value. And they continue to climb. So this was during the time on this was around 9:46 a.m. So right at the open, if you check at 9:46 a.m., it was at pretty much SPX was around above 5,500. Okay, my puts was at 20, and they were basically break even at this point. I bought them yesterday when SPX was under 5,500, but here at this point, they were basically break even. So that is pretty much the tell. I got around here yesterday, and it was here that the put premiums were very high. So I had a lot of conviction that the downside was going to be where the money's at. Okay. As a result, a lot of members made huge amounts of money in our trading room. So let's go over the trades we called out. Okay, we called many great trades, multiples. I had no losers today. And pretty much we called 54.20s. We called NVDA puts that went up 275%. We called SPX again. So bunch of trades just been hitting nonstop. Okay, you guys can see all here that we literally crush it. Okay, not only did the trades for that work really well, the small accounts we ripped it as well. Okay. We even got over 50% on the call because we timed they popped perfectly. So the room was going absolutely nuts based off how the success that we had on all tiers, on all sides of the market. Okay, we had SPX calls that we made a quick 50%. We didn't want to hold those too long, and that happened pretty much near the intraday. We timed it perfectly. Okay, we seen that it will likely pop at that point, and it did exactly just that. Okay, so lots of great trades that happened, and I called it out perfectly. Okay, so besides that, our free Discord all week, I don't believe I even missed one single trade in the free Discord. So if you guys don't have the capital to join my mentorship program, then the free Discord is where it's at. Every trade was literally picked perfectly and all hit more than 200-300%. Many trades did well. In my small account channel, we had a lot of trades, even swings like Dell, SPX puts, SPX calls that all hit. Okay, so besides that, a very successful week overall in the team, and we've been constantly crushing it based off that. Okay, the prediction comes from reading premiums, and that's going to be the key thing that matters. Now, I made another crazy prediction actually that PLTR would be added to the S&P 500. So I called that out live, and you can see right over here, called it out before the open. Members took that, and I hope you guys did as well, because those are going to open nice, right? So the thing about PLTR, now that it's in the index, it's going to be basically flying no matter how bearish the market is. There's funds are going to be buying. And going forward, based on where the market is at, so if we do a review of the market, pretty much we are near July, like the August mid zone over here. Okay, so we're trading in the midpoint over here. So a couple of things that I want to discuss moving forward is that pretty much what you're going to see here is you might see a very choppy month moving forward between 5,300 and 5,385. Okay, that's where I think the market may want to move. Only because when I was looking at premiums further out, the situation is that the premiums are reaching at a very expensive point, and what that does, that attracts a lot of premium sellers and writers. Okay, so that's going to be a very important thing. And you look at the economic data moving forward, is you see that you got the CPI report happening next week on the 11th. The following week, you have the FOMC interest rate announcement. Okay, there's also a lot of other important dates that are happening in terms of individual stocks. Okay, so there is going to be basically for this month, you have Apple event that is happening next week. I believe it's on the 12th, right? So on my calendar, sorry, I believe it's on a Monday. I gotta confirm that day, but I believe it's on the Monday of next week, and that's going to be a key thing to note here. Okay, so this is what pretty much I'm looking at. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so this is my calendar over here. A couple of events you want to know about. Goldman Sachs is having like some sort of event, right, with AI technology on Monday. Apple event. So I gotta confirm that. I think I may have made an error, so just don't quote me on that. I believe it's on the 9th or the 16th, so I'll double check that. But we have an ARM event, Tesla event, and Tesla delivery numbers that are going to be coming out. Okay, so a couple of events, major events that are happening for individual stocks as well for next week. But I personally believe we're going to see a lot of chop going forward. Okay, so besides all that, I hope you guys had a wonderful week, and I'll be discussing my trade tracker. We had perfect setups, perfect trades. Everyone was banking in the room today. And we're going to be preparing for next week's trading by giving our predictions, okay? If you looked at my last video, I gave a lot of predictions on where the stocks can go and so forth, and it was really crucial to be aware of that, okay? Dell got also added to the S&P 500. We had the 110 puts for small accounts at 1. They went to $10 in our bearish breakdown mode, so that was a nice play, but they're flying overnight. SMCI, we were considering getting SMCI for next week. I was very close to buying that because if you looked at my Twitter feed, I talked about this might be removed off the S&P 500. That was not, in fact, true, but we did not buy it because I mentioned that the premiums were not favorable for the risk to reward. So we got the PLTR calls, and pretty much that's the only thing that we're swinging for this week. You guys can see that over here. We bought the PLTR calls. We called it live, and this will probably be a 200% open trade into tomorrow. They're for 30 cents. They'll probably open at around $1. Okay, so that's going to be a nice play for the team, and a lot of people are going to be banking. So that's all I got for you guys. Just want to make that short and sweet. If you guys are looking to increase your chances of success, I have a mentorship program where I teach people. I tell them what kind of trades they should be considering and looking into as per their lifestyle. So that's going to be very important, because if you have a small account, you should only be taking my small account trades. All these trades that I've been calling out have been hitting very hard, where pretty much the success rate on the small account plays are very thought out and carefully curated, because I understand that when it comes to small accounts, you have to have a high degree of success. And in the small account channel, we mainly focus on intraday trades. There was only one trade that I called out as a swing, and that was the Dell puts. Okay, so if we go back to the Dell puts, we gave the Dell puts at around 1.65, and this was a perfect setup here because they went to around 10 bucks. All right, so check out the mentorship program. If you guys don't want to do that, at least see my free Discord. It's completely free, and you won't ever get any other better trades out there for free accounts. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you guys in the chat, and like always, let's get that money.